happy to have in studio with me from Mason Transit Authority, Christina Fremont.
Good morning, Jeff.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Hey, I forgot to mention earlier, good job on your Facebook Live feed last week and covering the bite of Shelton.
Darn it all to heck fire, but you were busy
I saw
engaging.
I saw that. Yeah, sorry, but the people in my booth are going to take priority over you.
No, and rightly so. Rightly so. I was kind of milling about, and I says, well, she's really busy right now.
Typically how it goes. That Wheel of Transit, I'm telling you, glitter.
Is that what gets people?
And the Wheel of Transit. People love spinning it and learning facts about Mason Transit and winning prizes.
Well, a lot of winning of prizes going on this. What did you think of the event? It was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat that it was downtown Shelton. I thought it brought people out. It was fun to see people milling about downtown and being busy. And I like those kind of events, meeting new people and getting people to talk to me about public transit and learning new stuff. And I learn new stuff. So,
are people usually surprised to learn things about Mason Transit, like the free fare within the county and stuff like that?
Oh yes, especially if they've never used it. There's lots of things and that people don't know or don't understand or have misperceptions about. So I often get lots of kids that come in. Again, the Wheel of Transit, something shiny, prizes.
Oh yeah,
kids
that glitter.
Play.
I mean, it drove me over there.
Glitter, and so. Unfortunately, the parents then, fortunate for me, unfortunate for them, get hooked in because I'm talking to the kids, and then they're like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know that. And I'm like,
I told you.
Now I got you.
Now join the conversation.
Come join the conversation. I'll teach you about transit.
That's funny. That's good stuff. It's encouraging, too. You see a lot of ridership come from these things. I mean, people start going, oh, yeah, I was riding the bus.
Yeah, a lot of the folks that I talk to, depending on the event, this particular event, there's a lot of local folks. And so I get folks most interested about how to get to SeaTac using public transit.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
So even if you're not somebody that wants to use public transit daily, there are trips like that make sense where you're not wanting to battle traffic or pay parking fees, where public transit really is one of your best options.
Okay.
So, and then just the services that we offer, people are surprised about outside of bus service or community van program or van grant program. There's always something for somebody, even if, because sometimes I see the same faces. So even if there's somebody who I've seen the year before, they still learn something.
Oh, yeah. Well, you always
learn
learn
stuff.
stuff.
That we do.
Well, let's learn some things. What do you want to talk about today?
Van pool. So our van pool program, and for those that are listening and have never heard about van pool, what the van pool program is, it's a ride share program. We provide 5 to 12 passenger vans, and by 5 I mean 5 people to 12 people, not 5 vans.
Okay.
And a group comes together and decides their route, and typically they're going to the same place at the end, and it's for commuters mainly who don't want to be using 5 different cars, and so you're saving maintenance costs, you're saving gas costs because we cover the maintenance and fuel of the van. You do pay a fare for it, but it's much cheaper than gas, insurance, and that kind of stuff. I think one of the benefits also is if you're not driving your car to and from work and you let your insurance company know that, sometimes your insurance rate can be reduced because you're not driving as many miles in your vehicle. I know that I had done that previously when I was living in Olympia and riding the bus here to work. I was using our Route 6. I called my insurance company and was like, hey, I'm not really using my car that much, and my rate was reduced, I think, like $20 a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a good amount.
Really great. So I think sometimes the challenge is that people perceive to exist with van pool is a loss of freedom, and it's a perceived challenge, meaning that here I am in this group commuting to work. What happens if my child is sick and the school calls me and I need to go?
Yeah, then you don't have a car. I mean, what's going on?
We have a guaranteed ride home program.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by a perceived challenge.
Yeah.
It's not really truly a challenge, because what a guaranteed ride home program means is that if a situation like that happens where you have an emergency and you need to leave, we will provide you alternate transportation. That may look like paying for a taxi for you, or if it's feasible to get you on a routed bus and get you where you need to go, doing that. So you can still do it, even if you have those emergencies. You have one driver, a backup driver, and you needed probably at least 5 people. I say probably because it depends on the size of the van. And a lot of companies, if you're a public agency, if you work for a public agency, employers have incentive programs where they may even pay your fare for the van pool program.
I was just going to ask that about bosses and if they're receptive to this thing.
Yeah. Public agencies get funding from the feds. It's called a Commuter Trip Reduction Program, CTR. So if you're a public agency and you have a certain amount of employees, the feds say, hey, you have a responsibility to encourage your employees to be commuting and using options that are pulling cars off the road. And in order to encourage that, we have an incentive. We'll pay their fare. So our van pool program right now, we have a lot of folks that are using it to go up to PSNS. Their fare is paid for through PSNS, and we're pulling even more cars off the road outside of our worker driver program. The great thing right now is we're offering an incentive so that people know how great it is, and sometimes an incentive helps get them in the door.
I would say so.
Because I think once they're in the door, they're good. We just, last week, I met with one of our van pool riders and drivers. He's the superintendent at the Washington State Department of Corrections. His name is Pat, and we were asking him, why do you van pool? And I was expecting the saving money comment, but I was pleasantly surprised that he also said, you guys have the best customer service. You guys are really great. I love working with you.
Oh, wow.
I was like, heck yes, we do.
That's a good
So I think once people get in
accolade.
the door, once people get in the door and use van pool and get past those perceived challenges, it's a really great program. So if you call today within the next, I'm not sure, honestly, off the top of my head when the incentive ends, but call us at 426-9434 or 1-800-347-3747, or go online and look at our van pool program information. The incentive is that you can get the first month free. Okay. If you already participate in a van pool program with us, if you increase your ridership, you could potentially win $200.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we want people to know about it. We want to beef it up and get people using it because, of course, as public transit, we're also always trying to get people off the road so freight and goods and other folks can move faster.
Got the van pooling site on your website on the video link. If you're watching the show right now, you see the van pooling 101 graphic there with some other options, reading and chilling and doing work and listening to music.
Oh, yeah. Our example graphic there, Van Pool 101, in case people don't realize what they might be doing.
Well, you know.
So if you're not if you're the driver, sometimes your van pool group will agree to pay your fare because you're taking on the extra duty of driving. But if you're not driving, you're just sitting in the back, reading a book, taking a nap.
Pretty cool.
Working on a project, whatever it is, looking out the window, enjoying the beautiful scenery of Mason County.
Just getting ready for the day.
Yeah.
Very nice. What else would you like to bring up this morning?
So outside of van pool, just some brief, real quick news flash kind of stuff. Rider alerts for any riders that are listening. Tomorrow, the Capitol Mall bus stop, the regular bus stop is closed, but don't worry, they've got a temporary bus stop in place. You'll still be able to get there. It's just across the parking lot. You'll be able to see it. This Saturday, there's a car show on Grove Street, and so Grove Street is closed. Okay. And that is going to reroute our Route 5 and Route 6. Very minor, but just means that if anybody's expecting to be let off right at Grove Street, they're not going to. And then I want to remind folks, and we'll continue to do so every week until the date of our public hearings. This is a great opportunity for the community to provide input and guide the agency and let us know what they want to see from us. We're having a public hearing on August 2nd and August 3rd. You can find information with more details on our website, masontransit.org/public hearings. We are proposing some route changes, and then we have our transit development plan, and that is, hey, this is what we did in 2015, and this is what we plan to do the next 5 years. All right. So let us know what you want us to do.
Very nice. Christina Fremont, Mason Transit Authority, this week and every week at this time. Nice talking with you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Have a good one.
You too.
It's 8:24 here at iFiber One News Radio.
It's peak blueberry season at Spooner Berry Farm stands.